Hey, beautiful. Welcome to the Mindset with Mary podcast, where we dive deep into all things mind, body, and soul to help you live your most authentic life, step into your power, and manifest the life of your dreams. I'm your host, Mary, your go-to life coach, mindset mentor, and spiritual guru, on a mission to help you break through self-doubt, anxiety, and limiting beliefs so that you can finally create the life you deserve. Each week, I'll be here with practical tips and empowering insights to help you live with confidence and intention. So whether you're looking to gain clarity, master your mindset, or go after your soul level desires, you're in the right place. Grab a cup of coffee, find a cozy spot, let's dig in. Welcome back to the Mindset with Mary podcast. Today we're diving into something I know so many of us wrestle with, so many of us struggle with, which is imposter syndrome. If you've ever felt like you're not good enough, like you're faking your way through life, or that any minute someone's going to call you out as a fraud, this episode is going to be for you. Imposter syndrome is a nagging belief that you don't belong. Despite all of your accomplishments, it can make you second guess every freaking decision, hold you back from taking healthy risks, the ones that are going to help you explode in life and achieve all your goals, and it will keep you playing so freaking small, even when you're fully capable of achieving anything and everything your heart desires. I also will be sharing a bit of my own story, how I faced imposter syndrome head on in my current role at SUU, where I currently work in athletics, especially because as I took on this challenge of managing finances and being this financial approver, it scared the crap out of me. I've always been in administrative roles and I've had a lot of responsibility in past roles, but in this role, it feels like there's so much I'm carrying that if I make a bad decision or make a bad recommendation, that I could potentially be putting so many amazing student athletes out. And so I always constantly feel this nagging. And so I want to teach you how I overcame this in my own life, in this career path that I've chosen, in this position that I've taken on, and how I was able to escape that challenge and step into my power and feel confident in what I was doing. And so that's what I want to teach you. And the first thing I really want to remind you about is that imposter syndrome is not something that you're alone in. You're not alone in this. So many people go through it. Even people who are maybe you feel are more confident than you, they've gone through it. Most people do. Imposter syndrome is just something that our brain is so good at keeping us safe in our comfort zone. And so imposter syndrome is there because it wants to hold you back. It wants to keep you safe. It doesn't want you to take these risks in life because our brain doesn't know how to distinguish between physical threat of, running away from a tiger in the woods versus stepping up on stage and presenting in front of people. It's those kind of things, the healthy risks in life that imposter syndrome will hold us back from. It really does create that self-doubt, and you second guessing yourself isn't going to help you manifest your goals. You not speaking up for yourself is not going to help you manifest your goals. You feeling like this constant fear of being exposed that you're not good enough is not going to help you reach your goals. And worst of all, it's going to stop you from celebrating your successes because you are so amazing. You are not a fluke. You're amazing. You're wonderful. You can accomplish anything your heart desires. So let me help you go through the process of overcoming imposter syndrome. And as per usual, I'll tell you this time and time again, when you're working on accomplishing anything and you feel stuck, the first thing that you need to do is accept where you are. Accept that maybe you are feeling this way, starting by acknowledging your feelings without judgment and understanding that it's okay to feel uncertain. But you cannot let that define you. That's where we go wrong. Acceptance does not mean that you're letting it define you. It's just acceptance for where you are. This is why I love EFT tapping. If you've ever heard of that, it really helps you go through the process of accepting where you are, feeling the emotions, and then allowing it to be released. The next thing to do is just believe in your growth and understand that confidence is not something that's going to happen overnight. especially if you're taking on a new task. Maybe you are stepping into a new coaching role. Maybe you have decided to take on a new business, or you are deciding to work out and get healthy and fit, and you're feeling like, oh my gosh, like I'm never going to accomplish this. How am I going to do this? And I keep, people are asking me questions and like, oh, tell me more about this, fitness program you're working on. And you're like, oh my gosh, but I haven't been doing that good. And I don't know, like, I'm not that confident in it yet. And that is so normal. Again, that goes back to step 1, understanding that that's part of the process. And then step 2, believing in your growth and understanding that confidence doesn't happen overnight. It's one step at a time. The more you show up for yourself, the more you're going to start to trust that you can improve. And once you see that improvement, you're going to be like, oh, wow, yeah, like this is improvement. I feel that in my current position. I feel it right now so much. And I'm like, holy cow, I can't believe I thought that like I was this fraud. I can't believe I thought that I wasn't going to be able to step into this position. So before I go on, I really want to dig into that story and my personal experience there. When I got this job at SEU, I kind of freaked out. First of all, I manifested it. Like I put myself out there and the universe gave this position to me. I didn't even remember applying for it. And I will go into a story another day about how I manifested it. But ultimately, I put myself out there. I was looking for HR jobs, and somehow my resume got onto this position, and they called me. They asked me if I wanted to interview. I interviewed that week. 2 hours later, I got a phone call, and they hired me. And I took about an hour to think about it, and I was like, F yeah, I'm there. I'm going. So this job really, like, the universe helped me get this job. And I'm so very grateful for it. But it freaked me out because I'm like, oh my gosh, like I've done administrative things, but like finances, whew, that's heavy. I felt I was not prepared. And I remember one of the first meetings, the athletic director brought me into, it was a coach's meeting, and I'm sitting there and it's like, he wants me to introduce myself and tell my story. And I'm like, well, these guys are going to think I'm frauds. These guys are going to think I'm crazy. Like, why are you bringing in somebody who has very minimal HR experience and then worked as a secretary for 8 years? Like, they are so going to think I'm a fraud. They're going to think that I'm not even capable. And in that process, all I was thinking about was every single reason why I was not capable of that. Instead of looking back and going, oh, this girl has her bachelor's degree and she has an MBA. Oh, this girl has an MBA? Are you kidding me? Do you know how hard it is to get your MBA? Freaking hard as hell. And the classes I had to take were hard, and I learned so much. I took so many financial classes, and I freaking got A's because I'm good at math. I really am. And I didn't think about any of the things I was doing good because my mind was trying to keep me from going outside my comfort zone. It was like, you don't need to share your story. Just be quiet. I didn't believe in my growth at first. I was like, oh, like how am I ever going to step into this? And it just felt sticky and yucky. So sticky and so yucky. Anyways, I went into that meeting and I really I had to remind myself that it's one step at a time and that I would fully understand. And I accepted that. I accepted where I was and understood that, believing that I was going to grow and not being afraid to say that in this meeting. So I step into this meeting and I'm like, hi, I'm Mary. This is my story. Here's my background. And I can't wait to get to meet you guys and understand what your needs are for your programs so that I can help you build that, help you grow it and learn more about it so that I can be there to support you. I didn't really have to go into too much detail. But then I was still scared because even after that, I was like, oh my gosh, they're going to know that I'm not this freaking amazing person. But guess what? I am this amazing person. And of course I'm capable. My brain's just trying to keep me safe. So anyways, step number 1, accepting where you are. Step number 2, believing in your growth. Confidence doesn't happen overnight. It grows and it grows and it grows. And even to this day, I'm like, holy cow, I've grown so much. I cannot believe I'm actually becoming this person who knows how to manage money, who knows how to manage budgets. I'm actually really getting good at this. And people are looking at me like I'm capable. And you know how that starts? It's because I started believing in myself. So that's step number 3. Reframe your negative thoughts. Instead of believing that you're not good enough, start proving to yourself that you are. When I started believing in myself, more people started looking to me for advice. The more I understood my job and allowed it to happen through time and understand, the more I learned, this is going to grow, and the confidence that I have and the easier it is to answer questions quickly and be more effective in this job will grow. But that took me reframing my mindset. It took me shifting the negative thoughts that I had that I wasn't good enough. And that was really challenging because as I stepped into this position, I was taking on a role that was held by a man before me. And again, I'm not like a super feminist or anything like that, but I think we all know when you step into somebody's role that a man held before you, sometimes there can be people who don't listen to you right away. Like there still is a lot of work to do in our society when it comes to women in leadership positions. There's a lot of work to do, and it is a challenge. And the more you step into it as a woman, as a leader, the more we're going to grow that as a team. And the more it's going to expand and ripple effect into the universe. and, you know, it just takes time. But it starts with you. It starts with you. You change and you'll see the change. The second you believe in yourself, people around you will believe in you. And that leads me to step number 4, which is sometimes it's okay to fake it till you make it. It's okay to fake it till you make it. I see and hear a lot of people talking about, no, don't do that because it's going to make you feel like you're not good enough. Guess what? We are working on improving that. If you feel like you're not good enough, that leads you back to why are you feeling that way? Number 1, if you're feeling that way, it probably means that you're thinking that way. If you're thinking that way, go back to step number 3 and reshape your thoughts. Your thoughts need to change. If you feel that way, change your thoughts. And it's okay to fake it till you make it, because sometimes you just have to show up as a confidence person that you are. So when I first started having these budget meetings, people would ask me questions and I wouldn't know how to answer, and I'd freak out and I'd be digging for information and I'd look like a complete asshole. At least that's how it made me feel. So I went to my boss, who actually is a pretty damn good mentor. I've been manifesting a good boss for a long freaking time, and I finally have one. Thank you, universe. And I asked him, I said, look, these meetings are sometimes really stressful for me because they ask me questions and I can't answer them in the moment. I'm not to that extent yet where I can just dig through this information and get the answer. And he was like, well, hey, listen here, like, let's figure this out. Like, he's like, it's okay to just have these meetings and keep them very short, sweet, and simple. Ask your questions, take notes, and be like, okay, I'll get back to you on that. Yep, I'll get back to you on that. That's a very good point that you're making. Let me get back to you on that. That way I could step into those meetings and feel confident and be like, you know what? I love that you're asking this question. Let me dig into that, and then I will get back to you. I'm gonna send you a follow-up email either tonight or tomorrow morning. You'll get a follow-up email with all the answers that you're asking right now. That way I didn't have to sit there and try to find the answer in front of them and make myself look like I wasn't capable. Instead, I took a step back and I kind of faked it. And it wasn't faking it. I knew how to find the answers. It's just that I wasn't fast enough, per se, yet. And let me tell you, when you work in athletics, coaches want answers now. But it's okay to set boundaries. And just as a good reminder, I found myself in these meetings feeling more confident, and I didn't worry about the previous person in that position, because that person, when I first started, he was in those meetings with me and he would show me, he was able to find the answers really quickly for the coaches as they were asking these questions. And I've not been able to do that, but I had to set that boundary for myself and be like, hey, I'll get that answer as soon as possible. And that helped me feel more confident, helped me feel more relaxed. And it gave me time to really think about it, because what if I gave them an answer quickly and it wasn't the right one just because I was trying to hurry, right? It gives me time to breathe and think. People are always going to want you to find answers very, very quickly. And it's okay to take the time to think about it. And you can set those boundaries with confidence. I'm going to accept that I don't know. I'm going to believe that I'm going to learn. I'm going to reframe my thoughts. And I'm going to fake it till I make it. And then I'm going to step number 5, and I'm going to focus on growth over perfection. Instead of me focusing on how am I ever going to reach this level of this person that used to be in this position, because this person is super knowledgeable. They're smart, well-known in the community, super well-known in the community, and super well-known at the university. And it was hard for me to step in and be like, how am I ever going to reach that? Like, how am I ever going to reach that level? Well, first of all, he was there for 8 years. Second of all, like, he eats, sleeps, breathes athletics. I don't. And that's not I love it, but it's not my deep, deep passion. My passion is the outdoors and spending time with my family and doing all that. I love my job because for the first time in my life, I feel like I'm actually serving a purpose. I love this job because I work for student athletes. And how cool is it that I get to show up, and even though, I don't always get to work with them directly, I get to show up and I get to be this person that makes recommendations that are student focused. And I get to be there to help people who are at the university to learn and grow and become better people. And I'm very grateful for that every single day. I feel like what I do is very meaningful. And that's what I've been asking for in a job for a very freaking long time. And I manifested it. I worked my ass off and here I am. I'm grateful for it. And even though at first it felt like I was an imposter, I was able to focus on growth versus perfection. And that's what I do every single day. Every mistake is a chance for me to learn. And I stopped aiming to be the person who was there before. I'm just going to do my best. I'm going to keep growing and learning. So I have to remember that I'm not there to grow as someone else. I'm there to grow as myself. And I'm going to do a dang good job, and I'm going to do it in my own way. And I have to do it understanding that it's progress over perfection every freaking single day. And I get better, and I get better, and I get better. The next thing I really want to talk to you about is just the ability to share your feelings. Find somebody who's also working on the same goals as you are, and open up, share your feelings. Someone that you can trust and can see you from love and light and wants to help you truly grow. Mentors are great people to have in your life. I have so many of them. I have a life coach. I have one of my really good friends is actually doing a life coaching program. And so she is putting me through her program as a free client. And I'm so freaking grateful that I not only have one life coach, I have 2 life coaches, but I also have people that I looked up to at work. I have the assistant AD for compliance in athletics, and she is a freaking queen in what she does. She stands her ground and she does a dang good job, and she just learns and grows every day. And so I can sit down with her and talk to her about, hey, like, I'm not feeling very confident in this. Give me some advice in how you would approach this. Or I can go sit down with my boss. Sometimes in your position, or maybe it might not even be work, maybe you're a mom and you're just feeling not so confident in what you're doing. There's always going to be people around you that maybe you can't talk to. Go find a group. Go find a community of people who are struggling with the same thing and talk to them. Find somebody that you can connect with and help give you actual good advice, not people who are just going to hold you back. Because I've had this before where I've been in positions where I reach out to my boss and I ask for advice. The last job I worked for, I would ask my boss all the time for advice. And all she wanted to do was keep me held back, because she didn't want me to help improve the environment. She didn't want me to help me improve the culture. I would bring ideas to her and it was like, she didn't like that. And so I immediately learned, like, that wasn't the environment for me. And that's okay, because I get that as a person in HR. Sometimes when you hire somebody in a position, you're not looking for somebody who wants to expand and grow things. You just need somebody to come in and do the job. Well, immediately I realized like I wasn't the person for the job because they just wanted to have somebody in here who was a paper pusher. I'm not a paper pusher. And so I didn't have anyone to talk to at that job to help me learn and grow. And so I had to talk to somebody else. I had to find a different mentor who would help me see things differently. So find that person, whether that be a life coach, whether that be even just a therapist. The therapist is a great person to talk to. And there's a lot of programs if you might have like an EAP where you can talk to somebody. I have learned like life coaching is one of my favorite things. I love therapy. Therapy's great. It helps me deal with trauma and past things. Life coaching is great for me. And the reason why I love it so much is because it really pushes me forward. It makes me step outside of my comfort zone, where therapy is just there to help me survive life. Life coaching is really that next level. It's that level of, okay, well, I'm done surviving. Like I'm ready just to freaking thrive in life. Like I have so much potential to grow and expand, and I'm ready to step it up and take on the next level. So if that's something you're also looking for, like don't hesitate to book a free coaching call. We can really chat about where you are, and I'd love to work with you. I would absolutely love to work with you and help guide you through this process, because life isn't just about surviving. Like we're not here to just live in the ick and the gick and all of that crap, like the self-doubt and stuff. You get to move forward. So I would love to help you with that process. So step number 6, really just share your feelings, find the mentor. Step number 7, celebrate your successes. Oh man, I wish I would have known this when I was 20. Like just the ability to step into the version of me who loves and sees all of the amazing things I do. So create a success folder. I really think this is a huge, powerful thing that I would love every single person in the world to do, because we're always going to make mistakes, and that's okay. We learn from them. We tend to focus more on those mistakes, and then we give ourselves crap, and then we doubt ourselves, and then we don't show up for ourselves when you need to. So if you can create a folder of successes and wins throughout your day, throughout the process of whatever you're going through, even if that's, say you're working on building your fitness and you're able to move up from 5s to 8s, like, damn, that is a success. Celebrate yourself for that. Whether that's just like high-fiving yourself in the mirror or writing it down and like saying, damn right, girl, you did it. That is powerful. It will absolutely boost your confidence and make you start to seek evidence. The more you seek evidence that you are absolutely successful, you are going to see the successes in your life. And then when you're in that energy, you're going to start manifesting more success. Like that's just how it works. You put more focus on what you want and you find it. You find it in life because your brain works that way. So step into that version of you. The girl who shows up for herself, understanding that imposter syndrome isn't about never feeling self-doubt again, but understands that it's about learning to recognize and call it out and move forward anyways. If I can go from feeling overwhelmed by managing finances to thriving in my role, then I promise you that you can conquer and own your fears too. If I can do it, so can you. Because guess what? We are all one. The law of divine oneness says that if I can, then so can you. So remember, you're not alone in this. The next time you're starting to feel that self-doubt creep in, remind yourself that you're worth it and keep going. Thank you so much for tuning in to Mindset with Mary. If this resonated with you in any way, shape, or form, I'd love for you to share your thoughts or experiences. Leave a review. You can subscribe to the podcast, share it with a friend, however you want to show that to the universe. Please share it. I would love for this message to spread to more people because we all deserve to live happy, successful lives. Thank you for tuning in. If you're curious to learn more about the coaching program, I would love to work with you one-on-one, book a free coaching call. You can find the link in the show notes. I love you with all my heart. Mwah. Hey, beautiful. Thank you so much for tuning in. If today's episode helped you in any way, shape, or form, please leave a rating, review, or share it with someone who would benefit. I appreciate your support. It means the absolute world to me and helps this podcast soar to the top of the charts. And remember, if you're looking for even more tools and resources to help you, I've got your back. Check out the notes for more. Plus, don't miss your opportunity to book a free coaching call where we can dive into the mindset shifts and strategies that will help you move forward and manifest your dreams. Until next time, babe. Mwah.